Okay, great. So this is basically what I have done is I have created a business model canvas for Airbnb. Okay. So what I have done is like a quick and dirty exercise. It's not like I've not spent too much time. So it's like kind of first thoughts. Um, so in the let's go through the sections by sequence. So the first section, who are your customers, right? So in this section for Airbnb, I have identified two segments of customers. Travelers. Within travelers, there are three subsegments: tourist and business. Oh, sorry, two subsegments: tourist and business travelers. Then there are hosts, who are basically who are the property owners or people who provide their property for host their property on Airbnb so that the guests can use those properties. Any question on customer segment or any comment or addition here from Airbnb perspective?
No, Vipesh.
Okay, so let's move on to the next one. So value proposition. In value proposition, what we capture is, I hope all of you know what is Airbnb. Basically, it's a startup. What they do is they match people who are looking for short-term accommodation with the people who have their rooms available for short term. So they match these two kind of people. So basically the people who are interested in renting the rooms with hosts, and that on a digital platform. That's their main business. Okay, that's what they do. They are very popular in India, Europe, US, and they are basically their market capitalization is more than the biggest hotel chain in the world. I think Marriott is the biggest hotel chain in the world, and if you look at Marriott hotel chain, their market capitalization is less than Airbnb. And interesting thing is about Airbnb is they don't own any property. So any of the property which is you use, I mean, which you rent on Airbnb is not owned by Airbnb themselves. They are owned by the host. So what this enables them, what due to this special characteristic, they are called as light asset model. Light asset model means they don't own they don't either don't own any physical asset or very light or very little physical assets, right? Because if you compare Airbnb with their physical brick and mortar kind of competitor, it is Marriott hotels, right? And Marriott hotels own thousands of hotels across the world. So uh, okay. So yeah, and another key thing, other characteristic of Airbnb is a two-side marketplace. So why it is called two-side is because one side they have these travelers, which are basically tourist or business travelers who are looking for renting property. On the other side, other customers of Airbnb are people who want to rent their properties on Airbnb platform. So both of them are their customers, and that's why it's called two-sided marketplace. Okay, let's dive into value proposition. So what is the value you deliver to your customer? That's what we capture here. What is the customer need that your value proposition address? So these are four uh, w- uh, four key needs which Airbnb is addressing. Unique accommodation options. So the kind of accommodation you will get on Airbnb, you will not get them on from hotel chains like Marriott or other competitors of there. For example, let's say you want to experience a tree house. You want to stay overnight in a tree house, or you want to stay on in a tent near the beach, or you want to you know uh, uh, go and stay in a jungle or hut or outhouse for for a week or two. So that kind of experience are very very unique to Airbnb. They are not offered by standard uh, other competitors of Airbnb. Then cost effective lodging. So because the properties which are rented on Airbnb, they are serviced. Most of them are serviced by the owners themselves, right? And they don't tend to have any employee. And many times these properties are empty rooms. So let's say, you know, some let's say someone is a couple who are living in a 3 bedroom house, and they don't use most of the time one of their room in this 3 bedroom house. So they kind of, they rent one or two room of theirs when they actually don't need it on Airbnb platform, due to which in usual circumstances this room would have been empty, right? So due to which the cost which is incurred by many of these hosts for creating this available rooms is very very low. That's why it is cost effective lodging. Then you have these local experiences, trust and safety. So they when sorry, I'll just remove this local experiences because this is not relevant to the standard Airbnb proposition. This is another proposition they offer. Then the trust and safety. So how they achieve this trust and safety is by giving allocating various ratings to the tourist as well as the host, right? So using this 5-star rating method, they help in building that uh, uh, trust in the community. Okay, so this is value proposition. So second, then let's go to the third. The channels which Airbnb used for reaching their customer are, they have their own website, which is Web 2.0. They use this, they have their own mobile app on iOS and on Android. They use social media for, promoting, uh, like for promoting their advertisement and all that. They use social media. For example, they promote themselves on Facebook, YouTube, all these platforms, and they also promote themselves on partner websites. So these are the various channels they use for, the first two they use for basically almost everything, whether it is advertising, sales, and delivery. And the third, last two one, they are using more for generating leads or advertisements. Okay, so this is about channels. Let's go to the fourth section, which is customer relationship. So what relationship does each customer segment expect to establish and maintain? So what are the various relationship they maintain with this various customer? They use these online bookings, they use reviews and ratings, they use customer support and and they have this communication between host and guest. So they have some in-app messaging which can be used between host and guest for communicating between each other. So these are the four key customer relationship they are managing. Reviews and ratings, basically both host as well as the traveler can provide reviews and ratings to each other, right? Based on the experience of host and traveler with each other, they provide rating to each other. Customer support is available to both parties, including the host as well as the travelers. And then the online bookings which the travelers can do. So these are the four relationship channels. Then revenue streams. So these are the key revenue streams of Airbnb on how they reward, how their customer reward them. The first is service fees. So one of the method is they charge service fees to both host and from guest. For basically, for host they charge service fees for, list for successful bookings, and to guest they charge various service fee in the form of cleaning fees or booking fees or different kind of fees. Then they charge some host commission fee as well, which tend to be a percentage of the room rent. This experience fee is not relevant to us because this is for a different product. Then advertising and promotion. Obviously, if you want to, like promote, sorry, they charge the hosts for advertising and promoting their rooms if they want to promote in special categories. So these are the key revenue streams. Then let's go to the sixth section, key resources. So what are the key resources needed by Airbnb to deliver their value proposition? So that this first one is the technology platform. So remember, one key point to remember here is they are using the word technology platform here. They're not using the word uh, iOS app or Android app. Why? Because all of them together, like all the technological components together, is considered as technology platform, which includes their iOS app, uh, Android app, their website, right? All the technology assets which are backing this Airbnb experience, all of them together are considered as technology platform. Okay, then the second key resource they have is the hosted properties, basically the properties which are hosted by the host on their platform. Then the user data, like how the users are using their apps, how they are which kind of rooms they are booking, what are the various areas which are hotspots for booking in various areas, how much rent the customer is ready to pay. All that kind of data is the asset or key resource for Airbnb, because it helps them in kind of optimizing the prices for a particular property, for a particular area, for a particular city. Then the next key resource, important resource for them, is the brand and the reputation. Okay, so this is the sixth section. The seventh section. Section 7 is key activities. What are the key activities they perform every day to deliver value to the through their proposition to their customer? What are those? Perform, development, and maintenance. So this perform, development, and maintenance is about development, maintenance of their technology platform, right? So they keep adding new features to their existing technology platform. They if there is some problem in existing features, they do the maintenance of those. Then marketing and user acquisition. So they keep doing marketing to lure more customers. So remember, in case of Airbnb, they have two kind of customers, because they are two-sided marketplace. So they have to continue to lure the travelers who are going to do the bookings. On the other side, they have to continue to lure the hosts who are going to host their properties on their platform. So this user acquisition or marketing is for both kind of customers, both for travelers as well as hosts. Then quality assurance and trust building, right? What is quality assurance? So basically, in case any hosts who are not properly maintaining their properties and renting on Airbnb, they uh, they have their own mechanism to basically remind them that improve your standards of your property, otherwise it will be removed, right? They also use this rating mechanism, review mechanism from host side and traveler side to improve those quality, to give feedback to both side of parties. That way they improve the quality of the experience which the user, the traveler is going to get. Also they help the host in improving the quality of experience is going to have with the customer, and they help building the trust as well, because when the product which the traveler is going to use, it is actually going to be what is advertised, then there will be more trust in the in the community, right? And the next key activity is the customer support. Okay, so these are the key activities which Airbnb perform. So this was section 7, key partners. Okay, how who are the key partners? What we how we decide what are the key partners? Basically, why we can't do all of these things ourselves? The reason is, basically, as a business, we should be concentrating on our strength. What is my strength? So that I can make more money by putting less effort, by creating less headache, less problem for me, right? Based on that principle, you decide who are going to be your key partners. So the first key partner for Airbnb's host, who are the property owners. So if just think, if instead of Airbnb, if you were doing this business model canvas for Marriott hotel, right? Marriott hotels are also doing the same business, right? But in a different way. What will happen in case of Marriott hotels? This host will not be key partners, right? Property owners. These will not be key partners because most of the property they have in Marriott hotels, they are owned by themselves, right? And also their customer segment will not be hosts, right? Because most of the properties are owned by them. The next one is payment processors. For example, PayPal, or in India, you have this, uh, I forgot the name, this UPI and Google Pay, all those, right? Then tourism and travel agencies, basically, they need to get in some countries and places, they need to get licenses from them. Then the government authorities who basically provide the regulatory compliance. The next point, ninth section, is the cost structure. So what are the important cost which basically you incur to deliver your value proposition? So in case of Airbnb, they are technology infrastructure, marketing and advertising, customer support, legal and regulatory compliance, and employee salary. So these are the key cost which Airbnb incur to